Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Naysan Saran. Naysan, how are you doing today?
Very good. Yourself, Qasim?
I'm good, thank you. So nice of you. So, Naysan, can you please let us know where you live and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder and CEO of a company called Can Forecast. We work mostly with water utilities, wastewater utilities, and government agencies, AI for the infrastructure. And I'm located in Montreal, Canada, where it's cold right now and snowing.
All right. So, listen, because you are a founder, so most of the founders wear a lot of hats. So, how many hats you are wearing at this time?
Oh my God, that's a tough question. Many, hard to count. I'm still in the development team, still a little bit involved, accepting merge requests and stuff like that. So a little bit of a developer, a lot of account manager and sales rep, project manager with the team, some admin here and there. And anytime anything breaks, it's gonna be me and my co-founder. So lots of hats indeed.
It reminds me of myself, like in 2016 when I started my business. At that time, I was the programmer, I was the developer, I was the HR, I was the project manager, I was the CEO, I was the finance manager.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Awesome. So, but obviously, with the passage of time, you delegate your responsibilities, and I also delegate my responsibilities to others. But in terms of your views, what do you think when someone should start delegating the responsibilities?
That's a great question. In our case, it took us many years to build the team we have. So we have a team of around 10 people and around 7 consultants. It took us a few years to build this team, make sure that we have stars in the team. It's been a couple of years that my co-founder and I, we started delegating a little bit. And to be honest, I think there is also an issue that we have. Maybe you would relate this team as programmers who are founding companies who have the technical ability, and you're like, oh, I could get this done. Maybe no need to like create a specifications document and send it to someone and wait
Yeah.
3 days. And we gotta fight very hard against this tendency in ourselves. So it took us a while. Now I do have to say I know less and less about some of the specificities of the products, technical specificities, because other people call them, and it took a while to get comfortable with this.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, obviously, in this process, many things are involved. But when the founders are technical, usually the processes are reduced, and like many processes are just excluded because they are understood. So that makes sense. But it happened to me as well, like because we are almost doing somehow same business. So it happened to me many times that clients ask us to develop something, and they are even they are not their own requirements.
Yeah.
Even they don't know what they are looking for. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have faced this type of problems. But what do you do whenever you face this issue?
That's a great question. I'm not sure there's a clear-cut answer to this one. Actually wondering your opinion about it. Because there's like the Steve Jobs types of founders who's like, what I know better than our clients. But we feel in our industry, the clients, they have an idea of what they need to deliver. Because there is regulatory compliance, there is expectations from different departments, with B2G mostly. So we still need to really listen to them in terms of the main things that if we don't deliver on these things, the product is not going to be useful to them. So on these things, we really have to listen to our clients. And then the nice to haves, then it becomes a matter of, prioritization. If somebody wants something that's really cool, but we don't necessarily have the time or it doesn't fit within the contract's budget, then it's a matter of telling them, okay, we have that many hours left for custom development. How would you prioritize this? Or maybe we can add it to our product roadmap, but for next year, would you be comfortable with this? So it's always those little conversations, always keeping things very, very nice, but making sure that there is this understanding of limitations of people really working on the project.
Yeah, that makes sense. In fact, in this case, I believe we think like over communication is maybe the key to overcome this problem. But yeah, this problem, I don't think so. That this problem, maybe this problem will be reduced, but I don't think so. That like this problem will be finished completely, because every new day someone just think about something and
Yeah.
they will be on the table. I want this.
Yeah.
All right.
And you also have to keep innovating, right? You can't.
Hmm.
I think one of the things you don't want to do is to say, okay, my product is good enough, I'm done. Because when you think you're done, your competitors are not done. So you kind of always want to have this backlog in there, but just prioritizing the backlog, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. All right. So, we have developed hundreds of projects, but I don't have hundreds of projects for my portfolio. Why? Because many of the businesses were not able to survive in the industry, or maybe there were some problems in the ideas, in the ideation problem. So, initially, obviously, we were taking every project, but eventually, what we did is we started filtering the projects, asked the clients if they have long term plans with their project, if they
Yeah.
will stay in the market for some time or not. So I'm sure like must happen with you as well, that there are some projects that you worked on, but those projects are not live. So what you are thinking about these projects?
Yeah, no, that's a crucial thing. I think at the beginning, we typically as entrepreneurs, we accept anything that's paid, right? Because we're just so happy we have a customer that it's just exciting to work on so many different things. But you're right. At some point when you start building a team and having a more clear vision where you want to go, it becomes just a limitation of opportunity cost. If you do work on something that's not aligned with where your company is going, and that means that there is time and energy and opportunities that you're letting go in the direction that you're trying to pursue. So it's been a couple of years now. Again, we're always trying to accommodate as much as we can, but sometimes, we gotta tell clients, this is something really interesting you have in mind. Just maybe not in our product roadmap for the next year and a half. And then if it's still in their mind in a year and a half, maybe we can reconvene at that time. So we never completely say no, we just say maybe later. Because you never know, right? Maybe everything is evolving so fast. Maybe 18 months out, actually, there is a convergence.
That makes sense. So, all right. So, listen, obviously, every company needs more leads and more sales. This is an understood thing for your company, for my company, for X company, for Y company. This is same.
Yeah, it's
So,
the name of the game.
exactly. But I have seen like different strategies works for every other company. How you are able to win the good leads for your company, and what are the strategies you are using for it? Are you marketing your company on social media or not? And if you, because sorry to cut you again. In fact, I believe more of the IT companies are using social media for the branding instead of selling.
Yeah.
So how you are using your social media. But yeah, sorry. Let me know how you are getting the leads.
Yeah, you're right. If you don't have a sales pipeline, it's not gonna work. It has to always be rolling. So for us, it took some time. So at the beginning, my co-founder and I were consultants with the City of Montreal. So there was not even an idea of a product yet. City of Montreal, they wanted a data-driven solution for ranking their water mains, which ones were going to break. And we developed our first version for them. And cities talking to each other. It took us a while. It took us 3 to 4 years just to have a base of 10 to 15 cities across Canada that we started working with. The thing that really works well, we realized with B2G mostly, because that's what we do, business to government, it's word of mouth. So basically, you work with a client, you do a great job for them, they're happy. Then you go at a conference with other government entities, and you present with your client. So you're not there kind of tooting your own horn. They are talking about the success they had with you. And that creates lots of validation and credibility. So this is really what has worked for us so far. In terms of marketing, as you can imagine, we can't really use Facebook or the likes or TikTok. The one channel that we're trying to use a little bit is LinkedIn, but to be honest, we haven't pushed that too much. You can imagine we're a team of 10 developers and an event comes out there, we're like, yeah, somebody should post it on this. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I have met many guests who says like the lean team is the ideal team. Less distractions, less things to manage, and everybody's more productive. So I still think like you are doing really well, even with the
Thank you.
10, the team of 10, you're doing really well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when you're saying like B2G is working well for you, but don't you think so in B2G, like there is a lot of documentation involved?
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it.
Because I'm afraid of, literally, I'm afraid of government projects just because there's a lot of documentations, there are a lot of clauses, there are a lot of restrictions, and
So
what
much
do you
paper.
say, like, yeah, so much paperwork. And sometimes we are even not able to know, we are not aware of what we are applying on. Sometimes, like, there are some clauses that we come to know later. According to this clause, first you have to pay $100,000, then we will pay.
Hmm.
So how you handle these things?
Well, we've been at it for a few years now, so that helps. But the good thing is, I mean, at first, the one thing I think you have to realize, so you understand why all this paperwork is in place, is that it's public money, right? It's our own tax money. The government entities, they're under a huge scrutiny of how they spend this money. So if you want to work with a government agency and you don't have proper insurance, if you don't have the proper security XYZ, if you don't have the proper background credentials, they might get audited at some point and they might be asked why they worked with you. So hence all this paperwork. But I agree with you, it can be a lot. At the beginning it was work for us to get used to navigating this. And we're to be honest, we're still getting used to navigating this at the very big contracts level because every level of contract has increasing levels of paperwork you have to work on.
Yeah,
And
obviously.
and so we're still getting used to the very high ones. But the good thing is they once you become a little bit good at the process, it's more or less the same process for all governments, all municipalities, for instance, government agencies within a certain
Yeah.
field. So you can reuse a lot of your knowledge. But I agree with you that getting to have this knowledge in the first place, it was an investment. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, Naysan, and then we do have another aspect of our podcast. So, we have reviewed many interviews, in fact, with the business owners. And after reviewing a lot of interviews, we came to know like many entrepreneurs just shut down, just burn out because of the challenges. In fact, a lot of challenges. Every day, there's a new challenge in front of them.
Yeah,
So, what do you think about it? I'm sure you must have faced many challenges, but can you
yeah.
share one biggest challenge or maybe the most interesting challenge with us? And if you can let us know how you were able to address it, this will be a plus.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. We face so many challenges day in and day out. I think one of the biggest ones we had to face was at the beginning in gaining credibility. So, right now, it's been many years. We've been working with close to 50 government entities. So now we have that credibility. We can bring those case studies, we can bring the things that they ask for. But at the beginning, you can imagine it was just me and my co founder trying to get credibility with government entities. That was not easy. And it took time. But the one thing that I would say is I think it was Michael Seibel from the Y Combinator who said that. I think he said that if you have the patience to get going, a lot of startups fail apparently because the entrepreneurs they just don't have that patience anymore.
That's huge.
Like it's been 3 years, I'm done. I'm tired. Move to something else. And I think one thing that really saved us is we had that patience to keep going and be okay. It takes case studies. Okay, we're gonna build these case studies one by one, and we're gonna build everything. The papers we published over clients just took us years, and there was no magic. I think there was no secrets other than every day you know that you're just moving a little bit, you're just getting a little bit more done, and there's a mountain to get done, but appreciate that inch that you've moved forward because eventually in 3 years maybe you'll see, oh, it's a hill, it's a small hill now, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Awesome. So at the end, Vanessa, what would be your biggest piece of advice for our audience? Where again, our audience is the entrepreneurs and the ones who are planning to be the entrepreneurs.
I think it's a very good time right now. That's my opinion, at least, to start a business. Because specifically for people who are in tech, that's my opinion. Because from a programmer's perspective, with the advent of AI, the market has become very chaotic. We don't necessarily know where it's going. We don't necessarily know which skills are still going to be valuable 2, 3 years out from a programmer's perspective. But at the same time, from a business owner's perspective, you can see all these uncertainties as opportunities. Like what can I create with all these new tools that are available? So I feel like right now the chaos is advantageous for people who want to start businesses, specifically in the tech sector. I think it would be a good time to launch. I think it would be a great time to launch. But again,
That's a
my
news.
opinion.
That's a news plus advice.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing all these things. I really enjoyed the conversation, and it
Oh,
was,
thank you.
in fact, I learned a lot of things. And
Really?
yeah, exactly. So, well, stay blessed, take, and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you so much, Qasim. Same to you. It was really a pleasure
Before
being on
hopping
the podcast.
off, before hopping off, please let our viewers know how they can reach you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My only social media that I have is LinkedIn. So please don't hesitate to add me, send me a message. Happy to chat.
Awesome. Well, again, listen, thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.